Welcome to the delightful world of feline introductions, where the first greeting is less about a friendly hello and more akin to an olfactory investigation. Picture this. Two cats meet for the first time, and instead of the usual handshake or awkward wave, they engage in an elaborate sniffing ritual. It's as if they're not just saying, "Hey, nice to meet you," but rather, "Excuse me while I gather your entire life story through your scent." You see, while humans might think a firm handshake and a smile do the trick, cats are much more sophisticated, or shall we say, nose-focused, in their approach to social interactions. Forget small talk. These furry detectives dive right into a detailed analysis of each other's odors. And honestly, it's one of the funniest things you'll ever witness. It's a bit like a game of who smells like what, with an underlying tension that rivals any dramatic reality show. So why do cats smell each other? Well, let's embark on a whimsical journey through the intriguing and often hilarious world of feline first impressions, where we'll uncover the mysteries of their nose-to-nose encounters and perhaps even learn a thing or two about our own social habits along the way. The anatomy of a cat's nose, a marvel of evolutionary engineering. If you've ever watched your cat sniff a new friend or a suspicious piece of furniture, you might wonder what goes on in that furry little head of theirs. Unlike us mere mortals who rely on our rather mediocre sense of smell, cats are equipped with a nasal apparatus that would make even the most experienced bloodhound jealous. Let's start with the basics. A cat's nose is home to about 200 million scent receptors, compared to a human's paltry 5 million. That's like comparing a state-of-the-art supercomputer to an old calculator. When a cat sniffs, they're not just smelling. They're engaging in an elaborate analysis, picking up on nuances that would escape our human noses. Their noses are designed for a world rich in scents, allowing them to decipher everything from the last meal of their potential new buddy to the details of a recent feline spat. The surface area of a cat's nasal cavity is larger than ours, which means there's more room for those receptors to work their magic. The result? A nose that can detect scents at incredibly low concentrations. Ever notice how your cat suddenly bolts for the door when someone opens a bag of treats? Yeah, it's like they have a built-in radar for snacks. Now, let's introduce the star of the show, the Vomeronasal organ, also affectionately known as Jacobson's organ. This little gem is located on the roof of a cat's mouth and plays a pivotal role in their ability to taste scents. When a cat curls back its lips and opens its mouth slightly during a sniff, often referred to as the Feline response, they're actually letting air carry those tantalizing odors straight to Jacobson's organ. It's like upgrading from a regular TV to 4K Ultra HD. This organ allows cats to detect pheromones, those chemical signals that convey information about mating, territory, and more. So, when your cat meets another feline and engages in an enthusiastic sniff fest, they're not just being friendly. They're having a full-blown conversation about who's who in the neighborhood, complete with all the juicy gossip. Imagine if we could do the same. Awkward first dates would take on a whole new meaning. Now, for the grand comparison. Humans often pride themselves on our cognitive abilities, but let's face it, when it comes to sniffing out a good time, we're lagging behind. Our sense of smell is more about detecting danger, hello burnt toast, and enjoying delicious food. For cats, however, smelling is akin to reading a novel. Every whiff tells a story. While we might catch a whiff of cookies baking and feel nostalgic, a cat can sniff out a rival from 3 houses down and know exactly what kind of catnip they like. Their world is a complex tapestry woven from scents, while ours is more like a blank canvas with occasional splashes of perfume. In the grand scheme of things, cats are the true connoisseurs of scent, and we're just the occasional dabblers. So, the next time your feline friend meets someone new and dives into that sniffing ritual, remember, they're not just being polite, they're on a quest for information armed with a nose that could rival any detective's toolkit. The moment of feline introduction, a delicate dance of noses and tails. When two cats meet, it's less like a casual hello and more like a high-stakes game of Guess Who. Each sniff is packed with information, and the stakes could not be higher. It's a social scenario that would make even the most seasoned diplomat sweat. So, why do cats engage in this olfactory investigation? Let's break it down. First up in this aromatic adventure is information gathering. When cats sniff each other, they're essentially opening up a detailed dossier on their new acquaintance. It's like scanning a QR code that reveals a full biography, minus the embarrassing high school photos. Through their powerful sense of smell, cats can learn about each other's identity. Is this a new neighbor or a potential rival? They can even catch a whiff of health status. For instance, an unusual odor might signal that a cat is under the weather. Imagine meeting someone and knowing immediately if they've just recovered from the flu. Talk about an icebreaker. But that's not all. Cats can also sniff out emotional states. A whiff of anxiety, excitement, or even happiness can be discerned through their expert noses. So, if your cat approaches a new friend with a cautious sniff, they're not just being shy, they're reading the emotional room. Think of it as their very own feline version of Tinder. Only instead of swiping right, they're engaging in a thorough olfactory examination. Establishing territory and hierarchy. Let's delve into the territorial aspect of cat introductions. For felines, territory is everything. Think of it as their personal kingdom. When a cat sniffs another, it's akin to waving a flag that says, "I'm here and I know what's mine." Cats have scent glands located all over their bodies, and when they meet, they're not just sniffing. They're exchanging scent information that conveys who's the boss. The meeting might resemble a tense negotiation, with each cat trying to assert its dominance or decide if this newcomer can be trusted in their realm. Picture a boardroom meeting where everyone's trying to smell the strongest. I see your scent and raise you a couple of catnip cookies. This hierarchical sniffing might determine if they'll become friends or if one cat will decide to strut off in haughty disdain. It's social dynamics at its finest, showcasing the subtle and sometimes not so subtle ways cats communicate their social standing. The social nuances of cat communication. Now, on to the social nuances. Feline communication is a complex web of body language, vocalizations, and yes, lots and lots of sniffing. When cats meet, the sniffing ritual serves as an essential prelude to any potential friendship. It's a delicate negotiation where one cat might sniff and then back off, waiting for the other to reciprocate before engaging further. Imagine a first date where both parties are overly polite, awkward, yet adorable. A little sniff here, a little tail flick there, and suddenly they're in a full-blown discussion about who gets the prime sunning spot on the windowsill. The whole process is filled with subtle signals, and savvy cats know how to read each other like the best-selling novels of cat literature. So, the next time you catch your cats in a nose-to-nose meeting, remember it's not just a casual greeting. It's an intricate blend of information exchange, territory marking, and social savvy, all wrapped up in a ritual that's both humorous and vital. In their world, it's all about the sniff, and let's be honest, they really know how to keep it interesting. The importance of first impressions. In the world of cats, first impressions are everything. Much like in the human realm, where a good handshake and a charming smile can open doors. But for our feline friends, the stakes are a bit higher, and the method of evaluation is decidedly more aromatic. Welcome to the smell test, where one whiff can determine if you're destined to be BFFs or if you'll end up as arch nemesis. The smell test in the feline world. Imagine walking into a room full of strangers and having to determine who you can trust based solely on their scent. For cats, this is a daily occurrence. When two felines meet, they launch into an olfactory assessment that could rival any job interview. Do I detect a hint of catnip? Ah, a sign of good times ahead. During this initial sniff-off, cats are like detectives at a crime scene, piecing together clues about one another. They're assessing everything from pheromones that indicate mood to the lingering scents of past meals. It's a complicated olfactory puzzle that speaks volumes about who's friend material and who might just be a threat. In cat society, it's not just about a pleasant aroma, it's about decoding an entire life story. One enthusiastic sniff could lead to a tail-chasing friendship, while a mere whiff of aggression might send them running for the hills. So yes, it's a high-stakes game, and cats take it very seriously. How cats decide if they'll be friends or foes. Once the sniffing commences, the decision-making begins. Cats are notorious for their discerning tastes, and they don't just roll over for anyone. If the first whiff reveals a friendly feline with a healthy dose of playfulness, a budding friendship may be in the works. But if that first sniff sends a waft of "I'm the top cat around here," you might just witness a haughty strut and a quick exit. The dynamic here is fascinating. It's not just about finding a playmate, but also about establishing a social hierarchy. Cats are experts in reading body language, and the signals they pick up during this initial meeting can dictate future interactions. A friendly approach might lead to a mutual grooming session, while a less favorable encounter could result in an eternal rivalry over that sunny spot by the window. The long-lasting effects of a first sniff. Now, let's talk about the long-term consequences of that initial meeting. Just like that one time you awkwardly spilled coffee on a date and never heard from them again, a cat's first impression can have lasting effects. If the first sniff goes well, it can lead to a lifelong friendship, complete with shared sunbathing sessions and synchronized tail flicks. But if it goes south, well, that could mean avoiding each other like the plague for all of eternity, kind of like running into your ex at a party. The beauty of this olfactory greeting is that it lays the groundwork for all future interactions. Cats have long memories when it comes to scent, and a negative first impression can haunt them. The aroma of a potential rival can linger in their minds, making every future encounter a tense affair. Imagine being forced to socialize with someone who made you smell like old tuna. Yikes! In the grand tapestry of feline relationships, that initial sniff is not just a cute ritual, it's a cornerstone of their social structure. So, the next time you see your cats engaging in this aromatic meet and greet, remember they're not just being quirky. They're establishing friendships, setting boundaries, and crafting a social narrative that will echo throughout their furry lives. As we wrap up this whimsical exploration of the fascinating world of feline introductions, it becomes clear that the bond between cats is more profound than a mere shared nap time or the occasional tussle over a toy. At the heart of their social interactions lies the incredible power of scent, a subtle yet essential form of communication that underscores the unspoken connections between our furry friends. The unspoken bond, formed through scent. Every sniff exchanged during those initial encounters is laden with meaning, telling stories of identity, health, and emotional states. It's an intricate language crafted through years of evolution, enabling cats to navigate their social world with remarkable finesse. In their realm, scent serves not just as a means of gathering information, but as a bridge that connects them to one another. Just think about it. While we might rely on words, gestures, and the occasional awkward smile, cats delve into a rich tapestry of scents that forge their relationships. It's a bond that doesn't require translation, no need for pause for thought or deciphering body language. Instead, it's a pure, instinctual understanding that unites them, whether they're forging new friendships or deciding to keep their distance. Final thoughts on appreciating our furry friends' quirky ways. As we ponder the depth of these olfactory interactions, let's take a moment to appreciate the quirky ways of our feline companions. Their unique methods of socialization may seem odd to us, but they are perfectly attuned to their instincts and needs. So the next time you catch your cats engaging in a spirited sniff fest, remember they're not just being silly. They're participating in a timeless ritual that has served their species for generations. In a world filled with constant change and fast-paced interactions, our cats remind us of the importance of slowing down and truly connecting, even if that means getting up close and personal with a good whiff. It's a gentle nudge to embrace the quirks that make them who they are, and to celebrate the delightful nuances of their feline lives. So here's to the next time your cat meets a new friend. May it be filled with plenty of enthusiastic sniffing, joyful purring, and perhaps a sprinkle of drama worthy of a feline soap opera. In the grand tapestry of life, let's cherish the special connections we share with our pets, appreciating not only their charming antics, but also the deeper bonds they form through the unspoken language of scent. If you enjoyed our perfect adventure into the world of cats, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Your support helps us bring you more adorable feline content and fun facts about our furry friends. Drop a comment below and let us know what you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay positive and keep those whiskers twitching. See you in the next video.